Greetings in St. LaSalle. To the chair of the panel, Engineer Giovanni Ariola, to our panelists, Engineer Earl Jason Alvaran and Engineer Jacqueline Kate Garduque, to our thesis advisors, Engineer Conrado Manzon and Engineer Emmanuel Longares. I'm Alexandra May B. Joya, and I would like to greet you all a pleasant day. Together with my fellow researchers, Ms. GLYREN NIÑA Alejandro, Mr. John Timothy Gallardo, and Mr. Brandon Noel Ordoñez, we will be presenting our research paper entitled Home Automation and Door Lock Security System for Different Face Profiles and Scanning Conditions, an open-source facial recognition software. For the objectives of this study, generally, the study aims to create a home automation and security system for different face profiles and scanning conditions using an open-source facial recognition software. Specifically, this study aims to 1. Create a facial recognition system that detects different face profiles. 2. Evaluate the facial recognition system that detects authorized participants using various conditions such as 2 and 3 participant scanning with an accuracy rate of at least 70%, the distance, facial conditions of the participants with an accuracy rate not less than 80%, such as neutral expression, smiling with teeth showing, smiling without teeth showing, both eyes closed, and no eye contact. Also, the hairstyles with an accuracy rate higher than 60%, such as hair down with no bangs, hair down with full bangs, ponytail with no bangs, ponytail with full bangs, and wig. Next, head accessories with an accuracy rate higher than 70%, such as cap, sunglasses, cap with sunglasses, safety goggles, face shield, and makeup. Also, lighting conditions ranging from 1 lux to 666 lux. And lastly, spoofing. Third objective is to design a graphical user interface that requires authentication for back-end access of the administrators. And lastly, to develop a home automation system that aids the facial recognition system by LED placed above the camera for scanning in dark environments and LED for inside the house after persons are recognized. For the scope and limitation, the study will be conducted in order to develop a home automation and security system using an open source software. Within the academic year of 2021 to 2022, the system will be tested by the researchers along with their family members and evaluated after data collection in the residence of the researchers. Moreover, the factors that are involved with the facial recognition system, such as the facial images, profile of participants, and scanning conditions, will be considered for the data gathering procedure of the study, as well as the home automation features to be added, such as light control and door lock system. An alternative way of opening the door aside from face recognition system will not be added in the study. Different weather conditions such as sunny, cloudy, windy, rainy, and stormy will not be included in the testing. Additionally, a system to access the solenoid lock from inside of the house would not be included in the study. Lastly, the effect of power outages to cause the system to stop functioning will not be included in the scope of the study.
This section presents the methods used in the development of the facial recognition software. The facial recognition algorithm was developed using OpenCV as the dependency of the facial recognition algorithm and Python as the programming language. An open source code was used from the OpenCV library and was tested using the programming IDE PyCharm Community Edition. Upon testing the code, it was observed to be absent of anti-spoofing models. Therefore, the researchers have added anti-spoofing models collected from the OpenCV library. Moreover, the threshold confidence level for the facial recognition algorithm to detect spoofing was set to be at 0.8, since at values lower than 0.8, spoofing attempts were still recognizable. Lastly, a detection recording code was added by the researchers so that the algorithm will be able to record the date and time along with the name of the recognized person. The development of the GUI was done using Visual Studio Code as the programming IDE, Python as the programming language, and PySimple GUI as the package model for the creation of the user interface. 5 Python scripts are created for the features of the GUI. The scripts contain the GUI dashboard, the registration window, the profile viewing window, the attendance history window, and the password settings window. The dashboard Python script serves as the main script for the GUI, and other Python scripts are called out using the subprocess module in order to access the backend features of the system. The CV2 module is used to access the external camera so that a live feed will be displayed for the scanning and registration functions within the dashboard and registration window respectively. The facial recognition, lights, and door lock systems are integrated using the Arduino IDE. A source code was created so that when a face is recognized, the dashboard Python script will send a signal to the Arduino, which then sends a signal to the solenoid lock to be set on low, which unlocks the door. At the same time, LED2 is triggered if photoresistor 2 detects brightness lower than the set value. Otherwise, the solenoid lock will remain on high if no signal is sent by the GUI. Independent from the GUI, the ultrasonic sensor module can be triggered if photoresistor 1 detects brightness lower than the set value. The ultrasonic sensor module is set to have a maximum reading distance of 50 centimeters. The figure presents a circuit diagram for the solenoid lock and the two LEDs to be used for the home automation system. The circuit utilizes three relays for three outputs: solenoid lock, LED1, and LED2, to act as switches when a person approaches the ultrasonic sensor, when photoresistor 1 detects low light for LED1, and to unlock the solenoid lock upon recognition, and to turn on LED2 if photoresistor 2 detects low light when a person is recognized by the system. A push button was attached to the circuit in order to turn off LED2. An Arduino Uno was used as the microcontroller to trigger the relays. The relays for the LEDs are connected to a 220 volts AC power source, while the relay for the solenoid lock is connected to a 12 volts DC power supply.
So this is the hardware part of the prototype for the facial recognition and home automation system. 5 feet above the ground is the camera where the person approaches to be scanned by the facial recognition system, and above it, the LED number 1 is placed, which will serve as a flash, so that when it is dark outside and a person is detected by the ultrasonic sensor, LED1 will light up. So this is the control box for the ultrasonic sensor and the photoresistor. And this is the control box number 2, which contains the off button for LED2 and the photoresistor for LED2, so that when it is dark inside and a person is recognized, LED2 will light up, which can be turned off by the off button. So these are the circuit inside the control box. Beside control box number 2 is the Arduino, and it is connected to our laptop along with the graphical user interface. And below it is LED number 2, which is intended to be placed inside the house, so that when it is dark inside the house and a person is recognized, it will turn on. And below it is the 12 volts DC power source. Behind the door is the solenoid lock, which will automatically unlock when a person is recognized. And these are the wirings for our solenoid lock. So that is it for the hardware section of our prototype for the system. So this is the design for the graphical user interface of the facial recognition and home automation system. So this, when you click run, it shows the home page of the graphical user interface, wherein a live preview of the date and time is shown. So it reflects the date and time of the computer. So when we click register, this is the page where the admin is able to register. And when we click save, it shows an error because no image is captured and all the panels are empty. So when we try to click capture and we click save, it's still an error because no username is entered and no admin password is entered. So let's try entering a name and we click save. It happened because no password was entered. Now let's try to enter a wrong password. And when we click save, it shows an error because wrong password is shown. And when we try to enter the correct password and we click save, it shows that registration is successful. So after that, it takes you back to the registration panel. Now let's go back to the home page. So now let's try to enter the profile window, and when we enter the wrong password, it shows an error. Now let's enter the correct password. From here, it shows the profiles registered for the system. As of now, there are 5 participants. From this panel, from this window, you can delete an already registered person. There, user profile is removed, and now it shows that the deleted person is no longer registered. So now let's go back to the home page and let's click start. So upon clicking start, it shows the live feed of the camera, and when a person approaches and is recognized by the system, his or her attendance will be registered in the history panel. So now let's click stop, and it stops the live feed of the camera. Now let's go to history and let's try to enter a wrong password. There. So let's enter a correct password. And there. From here, we could see the attendance as CSV forms. There. Along with the time and date of recognition. So let's go back. And for the last panel, for the last window, let's go to the settings window. So here, there are 3 panels, and when we try to enter a wrong old password and a new password and duplicate it, it shows an error. So let's enter the correct password, but let's not match the confirmed password and new password. There, an error shown. Now let's match. There. So the password is changed successfully. So now let us go back to the home page. And let's try to enter our old password when we click the profile pane. Then let's enter the new password, the new updated password there. Enter successfully. So when the user is done and would like to exit the graphical user interface, just click exit. There. So that is it for the graphical user interface of the prototype system.
Results and interpretation of the study.
Hi, this is the demonstration for the facial recognition system and along with the home lighting automation section of the prototype. So, as of the time of the testing, both LEDs are expected to remain unlit since we are now testing in midday, and both photoresistors are exposed to bright lights which would increase the resistances, which would lead to both LEDs remaining unlit. So upon running the program and clicking start, the graphical user interface will show the live feed of the camera. And when a person wants to scan, he or she will approach the camera. And after that, the lock will be unlocked, and after 10 seconds, the door will now remain locked.
Solenoid testing demonstration.
This is for the solenoid testing. As you can see, the solenoid is currently locked. Then let's test the facial recognition algorithm. So you can see when a person is recognized, the solenoid unlocks. Then after 10 seconds, the solenoid locks itself again. For our daytime testing, the time is 2:38 p.m. And as seen from the lux meter, the illuminance for the daytime testing plays around 300 to 340 lux.
Testing for authorized participants. Here are the screenshots of all registered participants. Now let's watch the day and night testing of participant A. Next, the day and night testing of participant B. And last, the day and night testing of participant C. For participant A, the average response time for day testing is 3.3840 seconds, and for night testing is 5.320 seconds. For participant B, the average response time for day testing is 5.1400 seconds and for night testing is 3.3950 seconds. For participant C, the average response time for day testing is 3.5010 seconds and for night testing is 5.720 seconds. Here's the table for the authorized day testing. The result shows a 100 accuracy was obtained for all 3 participants for day testing. Here's the table for authorized night testing. The result shows a 100 accuracy was obtained for all 3 participants for night testing. Testing for unauthorized participants. Let's watch the day and night testing of participant D. Next, the day and night testing of participant E. And last, the day and night testing of participant F. Here's the screenshot of participant D, E, and F are not them. The result shows a 100 accuracy was obtained for both day and night testing. Group testing, 2 participants. Here's the screenshot of participant A and B for day testing as well as the table of results. The result shows a 20% accuracy was obtained for recognizing only 1 participant and 80% accuracy for recognizing 2 participants. Here's the screenshot of participant A and B for night testing as well as the table of results. The results show a 30% accuracy was obtained for recognizing only 1 participant and 70% accuracy for recognizing 2 participants. Next, here's the screenshot of testing that only 1 participant is recognized. Group testing, 3 participants. Here's the screenshot of participant A, B, and C for day testing as well as the table of results. The results show a 10% accuracy for recognizing only 1 participant, 20% accuracy for recognizing only 2 participants, and 70% accuracy for recognizing all the 3 participants. Now here's the screenshot of testing that 1 or 2 participants only recognize. Here's the screenshot of participant A, D, and C for night testing as well as the table of results. The results show a 10% accuracy was obtained for recognizing only 1 participant, 10% accuracy for recognizing only 2 participants, and 80% accuracy for recognizing all the 3 participants. Here's the screenshot of testing that 1 or 2 participants only are recognized.
Now let's move on to distance testing. So the system is tested in terms of its ability to recognize the authorized participants given the distance between the external camera to the participant. The authorized participants is asked to stand in front of the camera at a different distances. So as we can see, participant A is doing a lot of trials for around 0.5 foot. And now we can observe that he is moving away from the camera to emphasize the distance of him to the camera. The slide shows the results of the trials during day testing regarding the ability of the system to recognize unauthorized participants standing at different distances from the camera. The camera is placed on the door at a height of 5 feet while participant A is 5.83 feet high. So as shown is a table containing the data of the trials. So we can see that there is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant A from 0.5 foot 1 foot, and 1.5 feet. Next is the night testing. So, as shown in the slide, it is found that the system will accurately recognize a participant standing at the distance between the range of 0.5 foot to 1.5 feet during nighttime, and the solenoid will be unlocked. So, shown is a table containing the data of the trials. There is also a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant A from 0.5 foot, 1 foot, and 1.5 feet during nighttime. Next, let's move on to distance testing with two different heights at varying distances. In this slide, as discussed in the last two tables or results, participant A was recognized by the system from 0.5 foot to 1.5 feet, while he was no longer recognized from 2 feet up until 5 feet. So this is true for the day and night testing of participant A, as we have observed in the previous slides. Now, another participant of a different height was used to test the system. He has a height of 5.35 feet. So here's the video. As we can see, participant B is doing a lot of trials of different distances. Yeah, he's moving away from the camera. So the figure shows the results of the trials during day testing regarding the ability of the system to recognize participant B, which is of different height. So as we can recall, participant A is 5.83 feet high, while participant B is 5.35 feet high. So as shown in the slide, at 0.5 foot, the system has successfully recognized participant B with an average response time of 3.7767 seconds. Meanwhile, at 1 foot, participant B is recognized by the system with an average response time of 3.5933 seconds. At 1.5 feet, there is an average response time of 7.29 seconds. On the other hand, from 2 feet to 8 feet, the system no longer recognized participant D, just like what happened with participant A. Thus, it is found that the system will accurately recognize participants of around 5 feet to 6 feet high, standing at a distance between the range of 0.5 foot to 1.5 feet during daytime, and the solenoid will be unlocked. So, this is for the night testing. As shown, at 0.5 foot, the system has successfully recognized participant B at an average response time of 4.9267 seconds. So at 1 foot, the average response time is 3.7733 seconds. And lastly, for 1.5 feet, the average response time is 5.7533 seconds. On the other hand, from 2 feet to 8 feet, the system no longer recognizes participant B. Thus, it is found that the system will accurately recognize participants of around 5 feet to 6 feet high, standing at a distance between the range of 0.5 foot to 1.5 feet during nighttime, and the solenoid will be unlocked. Let's go to facial condition testing. So the system is tested in terms of its ability to recognize the authorized participant given the facial conditions such as neutral expression with both teeth showing, without teeth showing, both eyes are closed, and no eye contact. The participant is asked to do different facial expressions while standing in front of the external camera. So shown is the table containing the data of the trials. There is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant C with different facial conditions during daytime. The slide shows the results of the trials during night testing. Shown is the table containing the data of the trials. There is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant C. There is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant C with different facial conditions during nighttime. Now let's move on to hairstyles. So the system is tested in terms of its ability to recognize the authorized participants given their different hairstyles such as hair down with full bangs, ponytail with full bangs, and wig. The participant is asked to do the different hairstyle while standing in front of the external camera. Shown is the table containing the data of the trials. There is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant D with different hairstyles during daytime. Now, the slide shows the results of the trials during night testing. As shown on the table, with her hair down and full bangs, the system successfully recognized participant D with an average response time of 6.384 seconds. With ponytail, it is 3.804 seconds. With ponytail and bangs, it is 5.11 seconds. And lastly, with a wig, the time is 5.474 seconds. Thus, it is found that the system will accurately recognize our participant given a different hairstyle during nighttime, and the solenoid will be unlocked. Shown is a table containing the data of the trials. There is a 100% accuracy in recognizing participant D with different hairstyles during nighttime.
For the results of head accessories, cap, and glasses. For cap, here are the screenshots and respective average response time of the trials of the participants A, B, C, and D wearing a cap for day and night. Here is a screenshot of a detection failure of participant B testing cap at daytime. Next are the tables for both day and night testing of participants A, B, C, and D wearing a cap. So as you can see from the results, it shows a 100% accuracy was obtained for all 4 participants wearing a cap for both day and night testing, except for participant B during a day testing who had an accuracy of 90%. Next, for sunglasses, here are the screenshots and respective average response time of the trials of participants A, B, C, and D wearing a sunglass for day and night. Next are the screenshots of detection failures of participants A and B for sunglass accuracy testing. Next are the tables for both day and night testing of participants A, B, C, and D wearing a sunglass. So as you can see from the results, it shows a 100% accuracy was obtained for all participants who are wearing sunglasses during day and night testing, except for participant A and B who had an accuracy of only 80% and 90% respectively during day testing, and participant A of 90% during night testing. Next, for cap with sunglasses, here are the screenshots and respective average response time of the trials of participants A, B, C, and D wearing a cap with sunglasses for day and night. So as you can see from the screenshots, here are the detection failures of participants A and B for cap with sunglass accuracy. Next are the tables for both day and night testing of participants A, B, C, and D wearing a cap with sunglass. So as you can see from the results, it shows an 80% accuracy was obtained for testing cap with sunglasses for participant A and B, 70% for participant C, and 90% for participant D during day testing. For participants A and C, 100% was achieved, 80% for participant C, and 90% for participant D during night testing. Next, head accessories, others, safety goggles, face shield, and makeup. So here are the screenshots and respective average response time of the trials of participant C wearing a safety goggles, face shield, and makeup for day and night. So here is a screenshot of a detection failure of participant C for facial accuracy testing. So as you can see from the tables for both day and night testing of participant C wearing safety goggles, face shield, and makeup, the results show that 100% accuracy was obtained for testing a participant C wearing safety goggles and makeup with an accuracy of 100% for both day and night testing, while only 66.7% accuracy for face shield testing. Next, for illuminance testing. Here are the screenshots and respective average response time and failure of the trials of participant A in illuminance testing. So as you can see from the tables for both day and night testing of participant A, it shows an accuracy of 100% was obtained when testing illuminance that is ranging from 35 lux to 666 lux. When illuminance is less than 35 lux, no participants are recognized. Lastly, for spoofing, here are the screenshots of the participants A, B, C, and D that shows spoofed pictures that are not recognized by the system. So here are the tables for both day and night testing of participants A, B, C, and D for spoofing. As you can see from the results, it shows a 100% accuracy was obtained for both day and night testing. Home automation system.
For the condition of dark inside the house and dark outside the house, 1 lux was measured for the illuminance of the surrounding environment. As observed, both LEDs turned on upon the detection of the ultrasonic sensor of a person approaching the camera. Also, upon verification, LED 2 lights up. For the second scenario, it is set to be dark inside the house by covering photoresistor 2 with an electrical tape, and it is set to be bright outside the house by turning on the porch light in order to simulate daytime. The illuminance of the environment is observed to be 50 lux. It is observed that LED 1 does not turn on, but LED 2 is observed to turn on after detection and verification. For the simulation having a bright environment inside the house but dark outside it, a flashlight was pointed at photoresistor 2 with the porch lights turned off. LED 1 turns on while LED 2 remains off. For the simulation of bright inside and outside the house, a flashlight was pointed at photoresistor 2 while the porch light was turned on. A flashlight was pointed at photoresistor 2 since the door's shadow covers the tip of the photoresistor. Both LEDs are observed to remain off. The table presents a test done with the home automation system. As discussed earlier, it was observed that at an illuminance lower than 35 lux, the LEDs remain off, while with an illuminance higher than 35 lux, the LEDs are observed to turn on, with a response time of 1.56 and 1.23 seconds for LED 1 and a response time of 4.80 and 5.24 seconds for LED 2.
For interpretation of results, based on the result for different phase profiles, the system has a 100% accuracy in recognizing both authorized and unauthorized participants for both day and night testing. For two-participant tests in one frame, there is an accuracy of 80% during day and 70% during night testing. For three-participant tests in one frame, there is an accuracy of 70% during day and 80% during night testing. For a distance of 0.5 to 1.5 feet at constant and different heights, the result shows an accuracy of 100% for both day and night testing. However, when the distance is greater than 1.5 feet, the system no longer recognizes the participants. For scanning conditions, the result shows that 100% accuracy was obtained for both day and night testing. For a participant testing different facial conditions such as neutral expression, smiling with teeth, smiling without teeth showing, both eyes closed, and no eye contact. 100% accuracy was obtained for both day and night testing. For a participant testing different hairstyles such as full bangs, ponytail with full bangs, and wig. 100% accuracy was obtained for all four participants wearing a cap for both day and night testing, except for participant B during day testing who had an accuracy of 90%. 100% accuracy was obtained for all participants for wearing sunglasses during day and night testing, except for participant A and B who had an accuracy of only 80% and 90% during day testing, and participant A of 90% accuracy during night testing. 80% accuracy was obtained for testing cup with sunglasses for participant A and B, 70% for participant C, and 90% for participant D during day testing. For participants A and C, 100% accuracy was achieved, 80% for participant C, and 90% for participant D during night testing. 100% accuracy was obtained for testing a participant wearing safety goggles and makeup with an accuracy of 100% for both day and night testing, while only a 66.7% accuracy for face shield testing. 66.7% accuracy was obtained for testing face shield for both day and night testing. For light conditions ranging from 1 lux to 666 lux, 100% accuracy was obtained when testing illuminance is ranging from 35 lux to 666 lux. When illuminance is less than the 35 lux, no participants are recognized. For spoofing, 100% accuracy was obtained for both day and night testing. The average response time for every trial was recorded. It was found that the system successfully recognized the participants from standing in front of the camera to unlock the solenoid lock with an average response time ranging from 2.5 to 8.5 seconds per day testing and from 2.68 to 8.77 for night testing.
Now, let's move on to conclusion. The researchers have created a facial recognition and home automation system using OpenCV as the open source dependency and Python as the programming language. The facial recognition system is able to recognize authorized participants with an accuracy of 100% and is not able to recognize unauthorized participants. For two-participant testing, there is an accuracy of 80% in the recognition of two participants in one frame during day testing and 70% during night testing. Furthermore, the system recognized three participants in one frame with an accuracy of 70% during day testing and 80% during night testing. Results for distance testing show that there is a 100% accuracy in recognition of participants within the distance of 0.5 feet to 1.5 feet from the webcam for both day and night testing. However, participants standing 2 feet onwards are not recognized by the system. For facial conditions of the participants, a 100% accuracy was obtained for a participant having different facial conditions such as neutral expression, smiling with teeth and without teeth showing, both eyes closed and no eye contact. For different hairstyles, a 100% accuracy was also obtained for a participant having different hairstyles for the day and night testing such as hair down with full bangs, ponytail with full bangs, and wig. For head accessories, results for wearing a cap led to 100% accuracy for all participants for day and night testing except for participant B during day testing who had an accuracy of 90%. Results for wearing sunglasses led to a 100% accuracy for all participants during day and night testing except for participants A and B who had an accuracy of 80% and 90% during day testing, and participant A of 90% accuracy during night testing. Results for wearing a cap and sunglasses yielded to an accuracy of 80% for participants A and B, 70% for participant C, and 90% for participant D during day testing. Meanwhile, an accuracy of 100% for participants A and C, 80% for participant B, and 90% for participant D during night testing were achieved. Lastly, results for wearing safety goggles and makeup with an accuracy of 100% for day and night testing, while only 66.7% accuracy when a facial is worn because the light reflects on the facial, which hinders the recognition of the face. For light conditions, the system recognized the participants with an accuracy of 100% when the illuminance is ranging from 35 lux to 666 lux, while it no longer recognized participants when the illuminance is lesser than 35 lux. For spoofing, the system does not recognize spoofing during day and night testing, thus, the accuracy is 100%. Lastly, a GUI was made that contains the scanning mechanic of the facial recognition. The GUI also contains the different software features of the system that require password authentication, such as registration of authorized persons, viewing and deleting of authorized persons, viewing of history of recorded attendance, and changing the password used by the system. Once a person is recognized, the name of the recognized participant along with the time and date of recognition is recorded within the CSV file, which can be accessed through the graphical user interface. Home automation was applied in the form of LED light bulbs being turned on at certain scenarios. When it is dark outside the house and a person approaches the ultrasonic sensor module placed near the camera, LED 1 will turn on to aid the facial recognition scanning procedure. If a person is recognized and it is dark inside the house, LED 2 is observed to turn on, otherwise the LEDs remain off. Lastly, the average response time of detection for authorized individuals ranges from 2.68 to 8.77 seconds for night testing and 2.5 to 8.5 seconds for day testing. Recommendation. The researchers recommend a further study of the system to add more functionalities and have more testing conditions. First, an alternative way of opening the door from the outside, aside from the facial recognition system, is recommended. It is using other authentication factors such as PIN. It will provide an alternative way to open the door for security purposes. Additionally, a button or switch to control the solenoid lock from the inside will enable the participant to efficiently go out of the house. Another recommendation is to evaluate the functionality of the system to test the system during different weather conditions such as sunny, cloudy, windy, rainy, and stormy, since this would produce different amounts of illumination during a day testing. Furthermore, it is recommended to improve the system accuracy and make the system recognize a participant standing from the webcam up to a distance of 3 feet. And lastly, the use of alternative power supplies such as power banks or batteries is recommended for the continuous operation of the system in case a power outage takes place.